We talk about what is Abhidamma. What is Abhidamma? The word Abhidamma, the word Abhidamma and Abhivinaya. So they are used together in many places in the Sutta Pitaka as well as the Vinaya Pitaka. As you all know that we have three divisions of Pali Canon. So the first one is the Vinaya Pitaka, right? Disciplinary rules for monks and nuns. So the word Abhidamma, Abhivinaya can be found in Vinaya Pitaka as well as Sutta Pitaka, right? In those places, when we carefully read the lines, read the lines, so we can understand what the word Abhidhamma really means, the word Abhidhamma and also the word Abhivinaya. So it simply means about the Dhamma or about the Vinaya. In other words, further explanation of the Dhamma and further explanation of the Vinaya. It me. So for that reason, I want to quote some of the texts from Vinaya Pitaka as well as Sutta Pitaka, so that you know what I want to say, because this is what I believe the definition of Abhidhamma. So if you know the definition of the word Abhidhamma, you know the origin and history of Abhidhamma. As you know that in the Buddha normally use Dhamma Vinaya. So in this Dhamma Vinaya, so that means in Buddhism, the Buddha normally use in earlier time. So if we look at what the Buddha taught, so the word Buddhism today and the word Dhamma Vinaya, same. So we can equate Buddhism with the Dhamma Vinaya. Dhamma means teachings of the Buddha. So we have a lot of suttas, right, in the Sutta Pitaka. Vinaya means the disciplinary rules for monks and nuns, right? So that is the Vinaya Pitaka. So therefore, the word Dhamma Vinaya means Buddhism. So Dhamma indicates Sutta Pitaka, and Vinaya indicate Vinaya Pitaka. Where is Abhidhamma Pitaka? You cannot find, right? So therefore, in academic, scholars, they normally say that in the first Buddhist council, only Dhamma and Vinaya are recited and recorded as the teachings of the Buddha. So there is no Abhidhamma Pitaka. So according to scholars, Abhidhamma Pitaka developed gradually, starting at the time of the Buddha, Especially the authorship for Abhidhamma Pitaka normally go to Venerable Sariputta, not only in Theravada, but also other schools as well. So therefore, Venerable Sariputta is very, very intelligent, and also he can teach teachings of the Buddha very clearly, just like the Buddha. And so therefore, the Buddha quite often say that when Venerable Sariputta is staying in one place, he doesn't need to go there, because the Venerable Sariputta can teach the Dhamma on his behalf. So therefore, he's very intelligent and also knowledgeable, and he can teach the Dhamma just like the Buddha. So therefore, the Buddha may say something about maybe Four Noble Truths, right? Four Noble Truths. Then Venerable Sariputta will explain, further, will define what is Four Noble Truths. And Majjhima Nikaya, we have one famous sutta, it's called Sammaditthi. Sammaditthi is a right view sutta, right? Majjhima Nikaya, sutta number 9. So in that sutta, you will see that the right view is analyzed by using different topics. So actually, what the Buddha taught in the sutta normally, the right view means understanding Four Noble Truths. That's the right view. But in Sammaditthi Sutta, Venerable Sariputta clarified what is right view from different point of view. So therefore, even Sammaditthi Sutta itself can be called Abhidamma. Sammaditthi Sutta from Majjhima Nikaya, no? Majjhima Nikaya. It's considered as a kind of Abhidamma because Venerable Sariputta trying to define and analyze Abhidhamma, the right view, right? Sammaditthi. In Digha Nikaya, we have some suttas taught by Venerable Sariputta, just like a Singiti Sutta and Dassauttara Sutta. Later, I will quote one, that sutta. It is also taught by Venerable Sariputta. It's also considered as a Abhidhamma. That can be found in Digha Nikaya, Sutta Pitaka, right? Sutta Pitaka. So therefore, Abhidhamma developed gradually since at the time of the Buddha. Abhidhamma means further explanation of the Dhamma. No? Nowadays we call it commentary, right? Commentary. So here, in the first Buddhist council and second Buddhist council, Vinaya Pitaka recorded the story of the first and second Buddhist council. So they use only Dhamma Vinaya. They recited Dhamma Vinaya, they edited Dhamma Vinaya, and they rehearse or they recite together. And they confirm. And the Buddhist council. So therefore, in the first and second Buddhist council, we don't have Abhidhamma Pitaka, according to scholars. Abhidhamma Pitaka appeared at the time of King Ashoka, 3rd century BC. So that means about 300 years after Buddha passes away. So in the Third Buddhist Council, we have a Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka. Then we have another Pitaka is added, It became three Pitaka, three baskets. So therefore, traditionally, we say that Abhidhamma is added into Dhamma. Tradition always say that. Even though the word Abhidhamma is not mentioned in the first and second Buddhist council, it is under the Dhamma. So therefore, Abhidhamma also recited and confirmed in the first and second Buddhist council. But anyway, this is a traditional belief. So here, we have only Dhamma and Vinaya. We don't have a Abhidhamma, the word Abhidhamma. So Abhidhamma means 7 Abhidhamma texts. Here, what I want to say is 7 Abhidhamma texts. So that we are using right now. So Abhidhamma means about the Dhamma. In other words, further explanation of the Dhamma. How about Abhivinaya? Vinaya is Vinaya Pitaka, quite sure, right? But nowadays, we are not using the word Abhivinaya, We are not using. We don't have any text. Under the Abhivinaya. Abhivinaya. What text we will call Abhivinaya? That's something to consider, right? Something to consider. So therefore, when we talk about, when we define the word Abhidhamma as about the Dhamma, then we can explain Abhivinaya as about the Vinaya. The Vinaya rules laid down by the Buddha for the monks and nuns, they are called Vinaya Pitaka, right? So we have many commentaries and sub-commentaries that explain what are the rules, definition of the rules, no? All these are called Abhivinaya. So that means Abhivinaya means the commentary, sub-commentary of Vinaya Pitaka, right? Similarly, what is Abhidamma? Abhidamma is the commentaries and sub-commentaries of Dhamma taught by the Buddha and great disciples. So therefore, normally we say 7 Abhidhamma texts. 7 Abhidhamma texts. Any text that define, analyze teachings of the Buddha can be called Abhidhamma. Now we have what the Buddhists believe, right? Written by Geshe Dhammananda, very good book. It defines what the teachings of the Buddha. Maybe this book became very popular and many people use it. Later, we quite often refer to that book. Later time, Sangha Council acknowledge. So this book defines what is teachings of the Buddha. This book analyze and define the Dhamma. So we can call what the Buddhists believe this book as the Abhidhamma. It can be any book, even the book you write. If your book is very good, Sangha Council that will be here in future, if they acknowledge this define the Dhamma, analyze the Dhamma, your book can be called Abhidhamma, right? So therefore, Abhidhamma simply means about the Dhamma and further explanation of the Dhamma. Not just 7 Abhidhamma books, right? Okay, I will quote some of the sutta and some of the texts from Vinaya Pitaka. So these two terms, Abhidhamma and Abhivinaya, are used together when it mentions about the quality of a monk in a particular field. Quality of a monk in a particular field. Let's say, so we have a 5 quality of a teacher who want to lead a higher ordination as a mentor, upachaya. Must have 5 qualities. 5 qualities. Suppose one of you want to become fully ordained monk. So they will come and request to Sangha in Mangala Vihara. If I want to lead higher ordination, I must have 5 qualities. 5 qualities. So one of them is understanding Abhidhamma and Abhivinaya. One of the quality. Understanding Abhidhamma and Abhivinaya. So that means, what is Abhidhamma? Abhidhamma is further explanation of teachings of the Buddha. Just understanding Pali Canon is not enough. Not enough. I must know commentaries. I must know analysis and definition of teachings of the Buddha, explained by scholars, especially commentaries. And just knowing Vinaya Pitaka is not enough. I must know the commentary of Vinaya Pitaka. Because sometimes, if you read Vinaya Pitaka, you will not know how to say the procedure very clearly. You need to read commentaries. You need to read some of the book written by Buddhist scholars. So then only I know how to perform higher ordination, how to perform Katina celebration, and how to perform Sangha Karma in the Sima Hall, like that. So therefore, Abhidhamma, further explanation of the Vinayas, right? So as a monk who wants to lead a higher ordination, as a mentor, must have this quality, right? So this is a Mahavaka Pali from Vinaya Pitaka, volume 1, page number 63. Then I want to quote some usage from Sutta Pitaka, from Digha Nikaya, Sutta number 33, Sangiti Sutta. Sangiti Sutta is taught by Venerable Sariputta, not by the Buddha, no? Not by the Buddha. So, in that Sutta, Venerable Sariputta talk about 10 qualities of a monk who is dependable and reliable. So one of them is understanding Dhamma and Abhidamma and Abhivinaya. Understanding Abhidamma and Abhivinaya. So here, Abhidamma doesn't mean 7 Abhidhamma texts. Abhidamma doesn't mean Abhidhamma Pitaka. Abhidamma means you know the suttas taught by the Buddha and taught by great disciples. Not only that, you know their definition, their explanation. So that is called Abhidhamma. As I earlier said that, knowing Abhivinaya means you must know Vinaya Pitaka as well as their commentaries or their further explanation, right? So therefore, then only you will become, so such monk will become dependable and reliable. So therefore, every Thursday I'm teaching Sutta study class, but nowadays I change the topic, the essence of Buddhist teaching. So when I teach that class, I need to read the suttas. Not only that, I need to read the commentaries. If needed, I need to read such commentaries. So then only my interpretation will be correct and reliable and dependable, right? So therefore, it is important to know not just the suttas. You must know the definition of the sutta. It doesn't mean that you, even you cannot read commentaries. So there are some explanation done by Bhikkhu Bodhi, and done by Mr. P.A. like that. So they are reliable. Suppose if you are reading Samadhi Sutta, right view, so there are some materials written by Bhikkhu Bodhi, Mr. P.A. Asma Akacheta, like that. So they are reliable scholars. Even though you cannot read the original commentary, if you are reading explanation of Venerable Bhikkhu Bodhi, Venerable Analayo, like that, So that is, we can call it Abhidhamma. Their explanation can be called Abhidhamma, right? Further explanation of the Dhamma. So therefore, with the regard to Vinaya Pitaka, Vinaya rules, as I earlier said that just reading Vinaya Pitaka is not enough. So we need to read, how to say, the book written by scholar monks. So need to read. So then only we know how to perform Katina celebration like that. How to lead higher ordination. How to ordain Samanera. So recently, last December, we have a, how to say, novice ordination program in our temple. Every December we have. So to perform novice ordination, need to read the book written by scholar monks. Otherwise, we do not know what to do, what to do. So therefore, such explanation is called Abhivinaya, right? Abhivinaya. So therefore, in Digha Nikaya from Sankiti Sutta. Another one is from Majjhima Nikaya. Actually, if you know, now it's already clear, right? But I just want you to know, the word Abhidhamma, the word Abhivinaya can be found many places, right? So this is from Majjhima Nikaya. Kulesani Sutta. So here also, this Sutta also connected with Venerable Sariputta. It's very, very interesting, The word Abhidhamma, taught by Venerable Sariputta. So in this Sutta, Venerable Sariputta is talking to his disciples. So we have 80 practices or qualities that the forest dwelling monks should have, should embrace. When a monk wants to stay in the forest alone, must have a 80 quality. One of them is the understanding, fully understanding Abhidhamma and Abhivinaya. Abhidhamma here doesn't mean 7 Abhidhamma texts, no. Abhidhamma here is you learn the Dhamma from Sutta Pitaka. Not only that, you need to know some of the books that define the Dhamma. Further explanation of the Dhamma, right? And so this is from Anguttara Nikaya. Actually, I will not explain in detail because it's quite clear, right? It's quite clear. So in Askalanda Sutta from Anguttara Nikaya, when asked a question pertaining to the Dhamma or about the Dhamma or about the discipline, Abhidhamma and Abhivinaya, he answers and does not falter. So that means when somebody asks about the Dhamma, about Vinaya Pitaka, he answers. He can answer. He will not miss it. He will not miss it. So that means he can explain the Dhamma, very well. So in that Sutta, understanding the Dhamma is the speed. Actually, that Sutta trying to explain by using horse simile. The horse. Some horses are very speedy, Some are beautiful. Some have a right proportion. 3 qualities of a horse. So some horse may have a speed. They're very speedy. They can run very fast. But they are not beautiful. They don't have a right proportion, like that. So here, understanding the Dhamma is the speed, the most important one, right? If you are choosing a horse, to go long journey, you will not look at their appearance, right? you will not look at their right proportion. The horse that can run fast, then you will choose it, right? But second choice must be beautiful. The beauty comes second place, The right proportion, the top place. So here, taking a horse to go to take a long journey, the most important thing is the speed, right? The horse can run very fast. You will choose it. Even if the horse is ugly, still okay, right? The most important thing is to reach your destination. But if the horse is beautiful, but right? Beautiful as well as very fast to run, Beauty is second place. Knowing Abhidhamma is second place. Knowing Abhidhamma is second place. So the first place is Pali Canon, the Dhamma and Vinaya. If you know the Dhamma and Vinaya, enough. But if you are well-versed in Abhidhamma and Abhivinaya, better, right? So you'll be able to explain the Dhamma very well using from different point, different perspective, right? Different perspective. Sometimes, even some scholars, they misinterpret teachings of the Buddha if they do not careful about commentaries. The commentaries are Abhidhamma, right? Abhidhamma. Further explanation. Because we find some place, some writings, important place, then they misinterpret wrongly, Okay. Gaining 4 requisites is having the right proportion. Gaining 4 requisites. As a monk, if you have a abundant 4 requisites like clothing, food, shelter, medicine, it's good, right? It's good, but it is a top place, not an important place, right? Knowing the Dhamma is the first one, and knowing the commentary, second. Having a lot of 4 requisites, the top place. Okay, so now I think you understand what Abhidhamma means. Abhidhamma means about the Dhamma. Further explanation of the Dhamma. Not the original teachings of the Buddha, right? It just explains teachings of the Buddha. You have any question or any discussion about what Abhidhamma really is? Okay, teacher Lydia.
I had a question about, is there a list of Abhidhamma texts which the Sangha Council considers valid and authoritative texts? Is there a list that's published that says, okay, these texts are authoritative? Or do we consider the reputation of the scholar monks? How do we decide whether a particular text or commentary that we're reading is valid and authoritative to explain the Dhamma?
Oh, okay. You mean Dhamma or Abhidhamma?
So whether an Abhidhamma text is a valid and authoritative exposition of the Dhamma.
Oh. You want to know the book and the author, right?
Yes.
That is plain.
And how do we decide whether that is proper exposition?
As I earlier said that 7 Abhidhamma texts, actually most of the Theravada countries, so they believe 7 Abhidhamma texts that we are learning right now, nowadays, So it is one of the Pitaka, and they consider they are teachings of the Buddha. In other words, it is a Dhamma, right? Dhamma. But scholars and like a Bhikkhu Bodhi, Ajahn Sujato from Australia, is a scholar monks, reliable. Ajahn Brand, you know, right? Ajahn Brand. Ajahn Brand is not a scholar man in academic fee, but anyway, he's very public speaker. Also, he know the Pali Canon. And they consider that Abhidhamma is not the Dhamma, not taught by the Buddha. And Bhikkhu Bodhi himself, when you listen Bhikkhu Bodhi teachings, Abhidhamma teaching, of course, Bhikkhu Bodhi is very, how to say, subtle, and also he will not say bluntly. He's very clever. Of course, he said that Abhidhamma is not taught by the Buddha, but tradition believe otherwise. But Bhikkhu Bodhi say, actually, I like what the Bhikkhu Bodhi stand, Of course, we believe, we know that seven Abhidhamma texts are not taught by the Buddha. They are not like Sutta from Sutta Pitaka. But Bhikkhu Bodhi also have a lot of, Bhikkhu Bodhi say there are a lot of values in Abhidhamma. So therefore, you can see that even this book, he take a lot of time, to write this book. He is expert in Sutta Pitaka. So to write this book, he need to sit down with the Burmese Abhidhamma scholars for many months to write this book. So he's, when you are listening to his Abhidhamma talk, so we can see that he take a lot of values in Abhidhamma. So therefore, if you Google by writing Abhidhamma retreat, so you will see his series of his teachings about Abhidhamma. So actually, my stand also same with the Bhikkhu Bodhi, because of course, I accept this is not teachings of the Buddha, like his suttas. But so there are a lot of, they are precious, a lot of values. So that means if you learn Abhidhamma, even this small text, you will understand the Dhamma clearly. So if you read the suttas, of course you will understand clearly, but not, I will say that there will be a lot of confusion if you are just reading the suttas. This place will say something, so when you are reading another sutta, will say something, different point of view, right? If you are not reading properly, there will be a lot of confusion in your mind, a lot of doubt. Even you will say that, wow, this sutta is wrong, like that, right? But if you are learning Abhidhamma trying to define the Dhamma in one place. So therefore, I always say that learning the sutta is just like going to many shops to buy cooking stuff, like a fruit, curry ingredients. You go to many places, right? Suppose if you want to buy vegetable, you will go to vegetable shop. You will see a lot, right? You will see a lot. If you want to buy ingredient, right? Like a tamarind powder, then you go to one place, right? One place. abundant ingredient for the cooking, right? If you go to utensil shop, you will see a lot of, I want to say, a lot of pan, a lot of cooking wares, right? You will see a lot. You buy, you can choose. But when you go to shopping mall, like a, not the, how you call it, when you are going, there are a lot of things inside. Supermarket, how you call it? Yeah, the most the famous one? NTUC. Abhidhamma, learning Abhidhamma is like going to NTUC, NTUC, It's very convenient, right? You go there, you can find so many things in one place, right? Very convenient, not tiring. So reading the suttas, learning the sutta is tiring. If you do not have a proper, proper guidance, or somebody say this place said this type of item, right? Then you can go easily. Of course, it's good. If you do not have any information, what to buy from which shop, it will take a lot of time. It will be very tiring, right? But you go to NTUC, you will see so many things, right? Very convenient. Then you put whatever you want inside. Learning Abhidhamma is like that. So you can learn all the teachings of the Buddha in one place. So therefore, after completing this one, you will understand all the teachings of the Buddha. In one place. So therefore, when you are reading the sutta, so many suttas, if you do not have a competent teacher, if you are not teaching, learning under the competent teacher, then you will get confused. Then you will tire of learning teachings of the Buddha, right? So therefore, learning Abhidhamma is like until you are going to a supermarket. You still have a question?
Awesome. Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Here also.
As you mentioned earlier, the first Buddhist council and the second Buddhist council confirms what is to be included in the sutta and the Vinaya. But the Abhidhamma is a gradual development as believed by the Buddhist scholar. So the question further to the earlier gentleman's question is, these 7 Abhidhamma texts, now the question is on whose authority that we determine these are the 7 and not the 8 texts or the 9 texts or the 6 or 5, because the sutta and as well as the Vinaya during the first and second Buddhist council is confirmed by the Arahats. The first Buddhist council was 5 Arahats, right? So, that was about 2005 or 600 years from now. So, during that time, there's nothing was in writing, is all oral. And now today we are studying what was written in the past, okay? Authentically we can still base on history. But these 7 Abhidhamma texts that you have shown since the last lecture, the question is, who determined these 7 on whose authority, and why 7? Why not 8? Or why not 6 or 5? Thank you.
Thank you. My English is limited. Sometimes, of course, it's good to clarify because sometimes I may not understand. His voice also very soft when reading. Good question, because who determine, who says 7? Why not 6 or 8 or 9, right? Participant of Third Buddhist Council. Because when you read the commentary of the first Abhidhamma text, Attasalini, you can read in English. We have the English version. So in the commentary mentioned that Dhamma Vinaya, right? Sorry, Dhamma Singani. The first Abhidhamma text is a Dhamma Singani. So Theravada choose Dhamma Singani as one of the 7 texts. But some propose another text, Dhamma Harya. Dhamma Harya. Dhamma is Dhamma Harya means the heart. Maybe it might be similar to Heart Sutra like that. I don't know. But we don't have that text right now. Maybe at the time of Third Buddhist Council, they may discuss whether the participant want to confirm Dhamma Singani or Dhamma Harya, right? But they choose Dhamma Singani. And also, the 5th Abhidhamma text, Kathavatu, the points of controversy. So when you know the story of this, the background story of that text, then you will understand the nature of Abhidhamma. So the Kathavatu is written by Venerable Mauglitesa Mahathera at the Third Buddhist Council. So the text typically trying to clarify the points of controversy. So there are a lot of wrong misinterpretation, wrong views about teachings of the Buddha. Just like I will give you one example. In Theravada, we believe that we cannot give physical things to Departed One. No, you cannot. Then your Departed One passes away. You cannot give physical clothing, physical food, or physical drink. You cannot give according to Theravada. I will not say according to Buddhism, huh? Not according to Buddhism, according to Theravada Buddhism. We cannot get physical things. But at the time of Third Buddhist Council, by that time, some Theravada monks, they believe that we can give physical things to our Departed One. You can feed, you can give clothing, they can get it. But Venerable Mauglitesa Mahathera, he trying to clarify and quoting some of the sutta from Sutta Pitaka. He quoted Tirokota Sutta, Tirokota Vatu, saying that we cannot get physical things. You do good deed, you just dedicate to your Departed One. You transfer the merit, right? So that is one of the controversial points he clarified in Kathavatu. So there are many things, about 500 controversial points are mentioned there. Like that, at that time, some monks, so they are talking, explaining to other people. When somebody became an arahant can fall down from arahantship, fall down from arahantship. Even though you became an arahant, then you will fall down from that arahantship. That is also wrong view. Venerable Mowgli Bodhisattva Thera is trying to explain. It's not correct. It's not correct. So what I want to say is, Kathavatu was written by Venerable Mowgli Bodhisattva Mahathera. So that text is added into Abhidhamma Pitaka, recently composed, right? Just before Third Buddhist Council, it was composed, right? Written. But at the Buddhist Council, it is confirmed as one of the Abhidhamma texts, one of the Abhidhamma texts. And also, Third Buddhist Council also confirmed 7 Abhidhamma texts as I earlier said that, so the first Abhidhamma text is the Dhamma Singani, but some participants they propose. We should also add Dhamma Harya, like that. So basically we can say that Abhidhamma is developed gradually. Some of the concepts like a Patana talk about causality, conditional relationship. All these, discussion have been recorded, and might have been recorded from generation to generation. So the top Buddhist council, they are confirmed as the Abhidhamma. So one of the things is, so we have about 7 Abhidhamma version in other schools as well. Vihara, they have their own 7 Abhidhamma texts. Not 8, not 6, They also have 7 Abhidhamma texts. And also in Japanese Buddhist school, also they have a 7 Abhidhamma texts. The name of the text the contents are different from Theravada Abhidhamma text. But here, I think we shouldn't, it is important to know, very important to know, 7 Abhidhamma texts in Theravada trying to explain the Dhamma taught by the Buddha. So therefore, if you learn Theravada Abhidhamma, you will understand the Dhamma clearer. If you are Tibetan Buddhist, if you are believing Tibetan Buddhism, they have their own Abhidhamma texts. Then you learn those Abhidhamma texts under Tibetan masters. Then you read Theravada Suttas. You have a better understanding. Because Tibetan Abhidhamma text also further explain teachings of the Buddha, right? They may have a different terms, different usage, different point of explanation, but the origin is the same, teachings of the Buddha. So therefore, when I listen to Dalai Lama and Tibetan masters, I understand, right away because so they are explaining teachings of the Buddha. So when Dalai Lama explain about what is compassion, I understand very clearly because I have learned Abhidhamma in the compassion in the commentaries with Vimagga. So therefore, 7 Abhidhamma texts, I will say that participants of the Buddhist council, they may have confirmed, right? Okay. Thank you. Then I did enough, right? Enough. Then I will want to quote scholar views about Abhidhamma. Scholar view about Abhidhamma. So this is one of the scholars from Japan. Fumimaro Watanabe. Actually, one interesting thing, Japan is Mahayana country, but they are expert in Pali. They learn Pali canon, They are expert in Pali. So one of my teachers, when I was learning in Sri Lanka, one of my teachers is Japanese scholars, now he passes away. And his PhD thesis is the life of the Buddha in the commentary, in Pali commentaries. So therefore, he can read Pali, he can speak Pali, and he can talk about things that can find in the commentaries. But normally, as a Burmese monk, we have to learn commentaries in Pali. We know it very well. But the way we learn focus on the Pali grammar. So therefore, we do not use analytical studies about the contents inside the commentaries. That is a very bad thing in our, how to say, the way we study. We just focus on our emphasis is the Pali grammar. So when we learn under Japanese scholar, then we know analytical studies about the contents from commentaries. So what I want to say is, Japanese scholar, so they are inspired in Pali canon. He concludes that the Japanese Pali scholar, Pumimaro Watanabe, concludes that the Buddha's own disciples form the conception of Abhidhamma as elementary philosophical study that attempt to define. Number one, analyze. Number two, classify. Number three, the Dhamma. So yeah, what is Abhidhamma? Abhidhamma trying to define what is compassion, what is loving kindness, metta, what is chetana, motivation. Analyze. Abhidhamma trying to analyze nama rupa, right? Nama rupa. Classify, trying to classify. We have four ultimate realities. Four ultimate realities. So that means Abhidhamma trying to define the Dhamma, analyze the Dhamma, classify the Dhamma, and trying to explore their mutual relationship. In the suttas, the Buddha already mentioned that I have eye, something to see or somebody to see. Because of these two matters, material phenomena, that the mind arises, contact arises. Because of context, feeling arises. Because of feeling, craving arises. That's what the Buddha taught in the suttas, many places. But Abhidhamma trying to clarify more relationship and also more details about mind process. So when we are seeing somebody or something, so there are series of mind movement will arise. So that we are going to learn Abhidhamma. Abhidhamma trying to clarify more, So actually it's not taught by the Buddha. It's a very important thing, right? Not taught by the Buddha. You will not see such detailed explanation in the suttas. But ancient scholar monks, like a Venerable Sariputta, right? Venerable Sariputta, Venerable Mahakachayana, like that. So they further explain about the Dhamma. Venerable Ananda, So there are two, actually, as I know, there are two suttas taught by Venerable Ananda about Nibbana, Nibbana. Very interesting. So this is a additional interpretation of what Nibbana is. Not taught by the Buddha, taught by Venerable Ananda. So they can find, actually when you read those suttas, it's clear that those suttas are taught after Buddha passes away, after Buddha passes away. So his interpretation or explanation about Nibbana, is a totally different, a bit different from what the Buddha taught, We cannot say it is wrong. We cannot say it's wrong. Not taught by the Buddha. So we can say it's a Abhidhamma. Abhidhamma, right? Abhidhamma. Then I want to quote another scholarly writings. So this is a CAF Rees David. So She is the wife of Mr. Reed David, founder of Palita Society, and the one who write CAF, Reed David, wrote translation of, she translated the first Abhidhamma text and also the fifth Abhidhamma text, 2 texts, Dhamma Singani and the Points of Controversy, Kathavatu. So she is a Abhidhamma scholar. That is her explanation. Actually, I like it. Abhidhamma is merely a supplement to the Dhamma. Supplement. If you do not have enough nutriment, you need to take supplement, right? Similarly, you learn the suttas, right? You learn the suttas. That your understanding about the Dhamma is not enough. That you need to take supplement. That means you need to learn Abhidhamma. Abhidhamma is like a supplement, right? Then Bhikkhu Bodhi explanation is actually more beautiful. No? Abhidhamma is early Buddhist philosophy of the mind. Very beautiful, right? I like it. Early Buddhist philosophy of the mind. Of course, 7 Abhidhamma texts are composed in earlier time, no? Philosophy of the mind. So when you are reading the Abhidhamma, you will know that it talk about the mind, talk about the mind. Even you study second chapter, 52 type of the mind. And the first chapter, 89. 89, 89 chaitas, 89 type of the mind. Then we can clarify a little bit further, 122, also 121, 121 type of mind. So therefore, Abhidhamma is philosophy of Buddhist philosophy of the mind. Okay. What is Abhidhamma? I will say a little bit quickly. And Abhidhamma is rooted in the Dhamma from Sutta Pitaka. That's my explanation. It is considered as a special branch of learning for specialists, since it further analyzes and elucidates the most important and the most difficult dhammas from Sutta Pitaka. So we will analyze by using various methods, and it treats the subject in greater detail. So when you are reading Patthana, five books, very thick book, 5 books, it analyzes causality, cause and effect. Because of that happened. Because of that happened, like that. So therefore, here, Dhamma Vinaya, Dhamma is Dhamma, Vinaya means Vinaya Pitaka. Vinaya means Vinaya Pitaka, Dhamma means original implication is the Dhamma from Sutta Pitaka. But traditional interpretation is Dhamma means the Dhamma both from Sutta Pitaka as well as Abhidhamma Pitaka. So there's a traditional interpretation. What is Abhidhamma? This is from commentary, interpretation from the commentary. Abhidhamma can be divided into 2, Abhi and Dhamma. In the Abhidhamma commentary here, I highlighted commentary. The word Abhidhamma is defined as follows. Number 1, Abhi means exceptional. Dhamma means teachings. Number 2, Abhi means higher. Dhamma means teachings. So therefore, you will often see that higher Dhamma, higher teachings. Abhidhamma is interpreted as a higher teachings. Higher than what? Higher than what? Actually, most of the Theravada Abhidhamma teachers, so they will always say that Abhidhamma Pitaka is higher than Sutta Pitaka and Vinaya Pitaka. Higher than Sutta Pitaka and Abhidhamma Pitaka. I always reject, no, not like that. If Abhidhamma is really higher than Sutta Pitaka, what is the use of Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, right? The first sermon, and Mahasatipatthana Sutta talk about meditation, right? All the important teaching can be found in the Sutta Pitaka. But if somebody say Abhidhamma Pitaka, 7 Abhidhamma texts is higher than Sutta Pitaka, totally wrong, it's totally, I would say that, nonsense. If I say no, it's very strong, very strong. So when you learn Aliyah Sutta, use the speed, the original teaching, right? The Dhamma. The beauty, Abhidhamma. So when you're taking a horse to go to a very long journey, the horse is very beautiful, but he cannot run. Halfway, he will fall down. Will you use such horse? No, right? Only a horse that can run, fast, you will use it. So therefore, Dhamma from Sutta Pitaka must come first. Abhidhamma second. But this is a, I will say that is a two extremes, two extremes. One, Abhidhamma is not taught by the Buddha, therefore we shouldn't teach, we shouldn't learn. That's the one extremes. One extremes. As I earlier said that, if you know, nowadays you know that Tibetan monks, Dalai Lama, like that, they can explain teachings of the Buddha very clearly. They can explain even Westerners, right? Westerners. The reason is they know Abhidhamma. They know Abhidhamma very well. So their Abhidhamma is, even I can say that, better than Theravada Abhidhamma. What is Abhidhamma? Abhidhamma is further explanation of the Dhamma. Abhidhamma trying to explain what is loving kindness, what is compassion, what is motivation, no? What is karma, like that. That's Abhidhamma. Of course, it is dangerous to learn Abhidhamma if you do not go to the original text, Original text come first. But you must know Abhidhamma as well, right? Further explanation. So therefore, if somebody say Abhidhamma is not taught by the Buddha, up to here I accept it. But therefore, we shouldn't learn Abhidhamma. I will reject, I will reject because it's really dangerous. Abhidhamma trying to clarify the Dhamma taught by the Buddha. So therefore, if you know Abhidhamma, you know the Dhamma clearer. So nowadays, I think one of the famous historians and Nuo Harari, I don't know his name, very difficult to pronounce. From history, one of the historians, Noah Harari, So he explained the origin of humankind. He trying to predict the future of humankind. Then he trying to explain what is consciousness, like that. So these are very deep topic. He learned teachings of the Buddha, and he meditate every day. So therefore, he used Buddhist teaching to define, by using wisdom and Buddhist teaching, and he can define what is Abhidhamma, what is consciousness like that. So I can, later I will quote one of his saying. So the way he talk about the truth, very clear to me, because I already learned Abhidamma. So we have two truth, right? Two truth and Abhidamma. So therefore, it is if somebody say Abhidamma is not taught by the Buddha, therefore we shouldn't learn Abhidamma, I will reject it. So it's one of the extreme. Another extreme is, as I earlier said, that Abhidamma is 7 Abhidhamma texts. Abhidhamma Pitaka is higher than Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka. Those are the one extreme. It's not correct. Some even say that if you want to meditate, you need to learn Abhidhamma. No, it's two extremes. So you can meditate without learning Abhidhamma. If you have competent and qualified meditation master, you can meditate. So some scholar, some meditation master, they say if you want to meditate, you must learn Abhidhamma. This is the one extreme. You can meditate without learning Abhidhamma, right? So therefore, without going to those extremes, we must go on the middle path, right? Abhidhamma is not taught by the Buddha, yes, but it's important. Why? It's trying to clarify and define teachings of the Buddha, right? So therefore, it's important. So here, according to Abhidhamma commentary, Bdmv exception and another explanation higher. So Abhidhamma means higher teaching, right? Higher teaching, according to them. So if you are taking Abhidhamma exam, conducted by Ministry of Religious Affairs from Myanmar, you must know this one. If you are writing Abhidhamma about the Dhamma, further explanation of the Dhamma, they will not give you, They will not give you any mark, because they accept this one, this explanation. Abhidhamma is interpreted as exception or special teaching, as it is more unique than Sutta Pitaka, as far as the method of treatment is concerned. It is exceptional or special. Why? Because of its treatment, because of the method of explanation. It shouldn't be understood as the teachings higher than Sutta Pitaka. No, we shouldn't understand in such a way. It mainly deals with a special analysis on 4 ultimate realities. You can learn ultimate realities in Sutta Pitaka, but if you do not learn 2 ultimate reality, it will lead to misunderstanding. It will create a lot of confusion in your mind. So therefore, the Buddha reject the idea of atta, right? The idea of atta. In one place, the Buddha say, attahi attano nato. One's own atta is one's own refuge. You must rely on your atta. So here, in one place, the Buddha say no atta. But in another place, the Buddha say, you must rely on your own atta. Contradicting, right? Contradicting. If you do not learn Abhidhamma properly, you will have a wrong understanding, misinterpretation. So one of the famous modern scholar, Stephen Batchelor. Anyone who knows Stephen Batchelor? from England? No one? Anywhere? Okay. Stephen Batchelor, you can write. He is one of the well-known Buddhist scholars, and he himself called as a how to say then secular Buddhist. Secular Buddhist. He have a big difficulty to believe past life and afterlife. He believe teachings of the Buddha, and he practice in according with the Buddhist teaching. But he have a lot of difficulty to believe past life, afterlife. So his standpoint is to focus present life and practice. One time he was a debate with one of the Buddhist scholar monk, Ajahn Brahmali. Some of you may know Ajahn Brahmali from Australia. They have a debate about rebirth because Stephen Batchelor do not believe past life and afterlife, do not believe rebirth. And I cannot say do not believe. Very difficulty. And he think that the idea of rebirth, idea of past life and afterlife might have been at a later time. Then Ajahn Brahmali trying to respond, by using logical, how to say, logical teaching, Actually, what he say about rebirth is very clear, The Buddha attained enlightenment by seeing his past life and the life of many people, right? So there are many places the Buddha talk about past life and afterlife, right? So, but there is a debate between them, no? So in that debate, Mr. Stephen Batchelor trying to interpret attai atanonato, koi nato brosia from Dhammabra, a verse from Dhammabra. He interpret wrongly, because he doesn't know Abhidamma. So he interpret the word atta literally, literally. So Abhidamma, we will do truth. Maybe next week we have to learn one truth, conventional truth. They are not the real truth, but people consider as the truth, right? Like the word atta. Atta, the word atta indicate you, I, I, right? So we have to rely on ourselves, Don't rely on the God. Don't rely on outside external agencies. You are your own refuge, I am my own refuge. So that means the word atta is the language used by ancient Indian people as to indicate the word I, It is the truth in terms of the language, right? We have to use the language. But it is also the truth, right? Conventional truth, but not ultimate reality. There's no I, no you. So Mr. Stephen Batchelor, do not understand Abhidhamma, so therefore he misinterpret. He know Pali, he know the suttas. He read the sutta very well. But without learning the commentaries or further explanation, so they misinterpret teachings of the Buddha. So this is a very important point, He trying to interpret the word atta literally, literally to misunderstanding. So therefore, Abhidhamma trying to analyze four ultimate realities. So therefore, it is important to understand Abhidhamma. You have any question or any discussion up to here? Okay, then I want to go another topic. Suttas versus Abhidhamma. Actually, we still have another 10 minutes. The same Dhamma is explained in both Sutta Pitaka as well as Abhidhamma Pitaka. But the method of treatment is different. In the Sutta Pitaka, teachings of the Buddha such as 5 aggregate, 12 sense bases, 4 noble truths, etc., are explained only partially. The same topics are clarified fully in Abhidhamma Pitaka. Look, there is the example of supermarket and many shop, right? So you are going to buy for lunch. You're preparing for lunch. You go to many shop. It takes time. It's very tiring. But of course, variety to choose, and maybe cheaper than supermarket. You go to NTUC, then very convenient, right? With the aircon, you take whatever you want, right? One place, one-stop shopping mall, right? One-stop shopping mall. Here also, when you are reading Abhidhamma text, so you will understand some topics in one place. So when you are reading the Sutta Pitaka, then you have to read so many places, so many places. So therefore, one place, another place may be different explanation. So if you do not have a proper and competent teachers, it will lead to misunderstanding, right? Misunderstanding. Sutta Pitaka use conventional terms such as I, you, man, women, Sariputta, Ananda, etc. by using the name, conventional terms. According to Abhidhamma, so they are just conventional terms, not really ultimate realities. Abhidhamma Pitaka use the ultimate truth, like a mind, consciousness, mental factors, matter, nibbana. So these are ultimate realities. So Sutta Pitaka, you will find so many names inside, right? Abhidhamma Pitaka, no, you will not see any name. Not even the name of Venerable Sariputta, no. Not even the place where the Buddha or where somebody taught this discourse, like that. So it purely explained like a 5 aggregate. When we are talking about 4 noble truths, then it defines, using different, different method. So in the commentary, Abhidhamma is defined as a Nama Rupa Pratcheda Katha. It is teachings of analysis of mind and matter. So this one, I like this definition. What is Abhidhamma? Abhidhamma is teachings of analysis of mind and matter. Bhikkhu Bodhi say philosophy of the mind, right? Bhikkhu Bodhi emphasize importance of the mind. Of course, when you are reading the Abhidhamma text or when you are learning Abhidhamma, then you will know there are a lot of explanation about the mind. About matter is just a little bit. But anyway, Abhidhamma explains the relationship between mind and body as well, mind and matter as well. So therefore, Abhidhamma is teachings of analysis of mind and matter. Okay, then for those who want to take exam, so this is a sample of how to say the questions just for the sample, just for that sample. Explain the meaning of Abhidhamma. What is the meaning of Abhidhamma? But you have to write exceptional teaching and higher teaching. You know? You have to write it like that. So normally most of the Abhidhamma teachers from Myanmar, including monks, so they simply believe Abhidhamma is higher than Sutta Pitaka and Vinaya Pitaka. So therefore, in our curriculum, monks' curriculum, so Abhidhamma is important subject. Abhidhamma is important subject. Enumerate the number of Abhidhamma texts for those who are new to Abhidhamma. So we have 7 Abhidhamma texts. So you must know a little bit. Huh? Dhamma Singani, Vipanga, Dhatu Katha, Pokla Panyati, Kathavatu, Yamaka Patana. So actually, examination is just optional. If you don't want to take exam, okay. But as I earlier said that, examination is the tool, you know, to make use of it, to study Buddhist teaching, right? To study Buddhist philosophy of the mind. If no exam, you will not study very well, seriously. But one other thing is, if you miss 2 or 3 lessons, you will not come back, you know, normally. Because the link between, you know, one lesson and the other one. This class is, Abhidhamma class is not like a Sutta class. Sutta class, you don't like this topic, okay. You stop for a while. Then new topic, you come in, okay. But there's no link, right? There's no link. But here, Abhidhamma, if you miss 2 or 3 lessons, then difficult to sit down. So therefore, we will take a video recording for those who miss the lessons. Before you can, you try to listen to it. And also, I want to request volunteer to take a video. You know, we have currently only one, right? Only one. You know, if we have 3, I need better. So it doesn't mean you have to come every week. No. Only he is not free. You know, maybe he's not available. Then come. So in that way, very very meaningful very useful, and also good for those who cannot come. Okay, so that we do today. So we will close our lesson today.